This is going to be part one of my Tri-Zero Voron V0 conversion, converting from a Voron V0 to a Tri-Zero. Basically, you got to start by tearing everything apart. I've been wanting to do this conversion basically ever since I got my bed probe or nozzle probe working correctly. Because I realized that since the bed was mounted on springs, it would have a little bit of give when the nozzle would poke it, and it kind of caused a few problems. So then I tightened the springs more, but it didn't really work. And I could tell on the bed mesh that the bed was slightly tilted down as you got closer to the door of the printer, because it was only supported at the back. At least that's what it appeared to be based on the bed mesh that I was looking at. Yeah, and then I ordered the parts, and I got distracted. I made other changes to the printer, and I've basically just combined different aspects of modifications to the Voron V0 that I like. So I got the gantry from the Tulip project. The Z-axis is from a Tri-Zero, but this is going to be part one. I hope you enjoy. Step one is tearing apart the V0, and let's get over to that. So I will catch you guys in the voiceover. The first thing I needed to do was swap out one of the aluminum extrusions from the top hat for a 3D printed one, because I needed a 100 millimeter aluminum extrusion for the Tri-Zero bed, and I didn't have one. And I'd rather use a real aluminum piece for the bed instead of the top hat if I only have one to choose. The next thing I did was I flipped the printer upside down and started fighting with my very, very poorly designed skirt mounts. The concept is not really the problem. The problem is that the hole on top that you can reach, that's supposed to be the access hole to reach the screws, is just narrow enough that my Allen keys that are long enough to reach those screws don't fit. This is less of an issue with the back skirt pieces, so I decided to wrestle with those first, as they are easier. This is a good time to mention, what you're seeing in this shot is the two power supplies on top, or actually the power supply at the back is a 150 volt or 150 watt 24 volt unit. The power supply in the middle of the shot is a 48 volt 200 watt unit, and the power supply at the bottom of the shot is a 150 watt 24 volt power supply. But luckily, we're not going to be having this mess of 3 power supplies anymore. We're going to be switching to a 2 power supply setup with an LDO power supply that West 3D sent over. I'm very excited to try it out, and it should be far more efficient than this mess. Barry had to come and check out what I was doing, as always. You might be able to hear him in the background of this voiceover. He just finished eating and wants to let me know that his food was yummy. Yeah, Barry, I know. Back to fighting with the front legs I go. And just like that, it only took probably an hour or more to remove the legs and the power supplies, so that's very exciting. Next up, I needed to remove the deck plate, which is the shiny plastic piece that you can see in the middle of those extrusions, because I need to replace that with one that has the cutouts for the Tri-Zero. I had to loosen a lot of the frame of the V0 to get this out. And I need to make sure that before I finish putting the printer back together, I tighten all of these screws, make sure that the printer is properly squared. Just doing a little size comparison of the LDO power supply compared to the old ones. A few days later, I was ready to start taking apart the Voron bed so that I could start working on the Tri-Zero bed. Specifically, I wanted the physical bed to line some stuff up. This is before I made the choice to switch over to an LDO heated bed, so I didn't end up using this one. This is also when I realized that my thermistor was cracked, which was very fun. Yeah, I've had a few problems with this bed. I don't remember how much I mentioned it in my shorts, but the printer started having a lot of bed leveling issues, and I eventually realized that it was these 4 screws, or technically 8 screws, that attach the bed to the linear rails were just coming loose. And so the whole bed was shaking and very much affecting print quality. The last thing left for me to do was take out the Z motor, which wasn't too difficult. It's just held in by 4 screws. And now that this is done, I started moving on to assembling the Tri-Zero bed. That's going to be the next video, most likely coming out a week from whenever this is posted. So I hope to see you there, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about the build. At the time of posting this, I'm probably still working on it, but hopefully by the time the next video is posted, the printer's actually working. So if you have questions or recommendations, let me know soon. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.